approval of consent agenda. All the following items which concern reports and items of the routine nature normally approved to the board meetings will be approved by one vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussions, consideration, and the approval of the following. A discussion and vote to approve or not approve the minutes of April 28, 2024 in a regular board meeting. B, discussion and vote to approve or not approve the general fund, building fund, and child nutrition fund encumbrances, purchase orders, and warrants. C, discussion and vote to approve or not approve the activity fund report. D, discussion and vote to approve or not approve the treasurer's report. E, discussion and vote to approve or not approve the following fundraisers: FCCLA, calendar fundraisers, raising money for the trip to Seattle, and then oh, I did not get the update. Is there now?
It's okay. It'll be on the resignation.
That was my And they have discussion and vote to approve or not approve the resignation from Deborah Lord.
Unless there's any questions on the minutes, I'll just go to B and kind of go over our general fund, building fund, and child nutrition encumbrances. We're just trying to get the year closed out, so there's really not a lot of new expenses this time of year. General fund, like I said, everything's pretty much the same monthly. Bigger expenses, alfalfa electric bill was a little over $7,200 this past month, which is pretty close, maybe a little bit less than where it was at this time last year. Alicia Bigheart, LPC, one of our counselors that we've had here, water bill for $2,200, just a little over that. And then Carol Robertson, which is another LPC. Shannon Speech Services. ONG bill. The last one down there, Partners in Wellness, for $1,020. I believe that's part of our sped testing that we've gotten. We got some money back, but then we have to pay some fees to get that money back. And it's kind of been a back and forth. We're playing catch up on some stuff there, so we had to spend a little bit more this year, but next year we shouldn't have those additional testing expenses. But that's what that is down there at the bottom. So that for $1,020 is really about the only larger monthly expense, something that we don't normally have.
Anything else, Bryce?
Not really. On, like I said, for the most part, it's just kind of business as usual. Our child nutrition expenses were keystone, along with normal payroll costs, building fund. No big expenses there. We will be getting ready to do some things for this summer. So we will have some added costs, but nothing really out of the ordinary. We usually try to buy everything, stock up on some things for next year, and then to re-wax the floors and refinish the floors, get those things purchased and everything that we kind of need for the summer. We'll be sitting down and talking about some projects here in the next week or so that we want to try to get done this summer too. So there could be a few added expenses, but I don't anticipate anything too big. So as far as our encumbrances this month, like I said, it's all kind of just business as usual. Nothing out of the ordinary, no unforeseen expenses. Our activity fund report, kind of the same thing. It's been a little quieter. We've had some money coming in from track meets, and then we really haven't had a whole lot of expenses going out this spring, other than umpires for baseball.
Yeah.
I think we've had too much else. We're trying to get the regional track meet expenses and income ironed out, figure out what it costs us, and then what the OSSA will cover and pay back to us. And then we should, in June, we'll be able to give you some numbers on exactly what we made off the regional track meet. It's not as much as you would expect, it never is, but it does bring a lot of people into town that day and has some other added benefits.
Our gate was about half of what it was last year.
So I was gonna ask, if it was moved to Monday.
Yeah, we on Monday and online tickets, so that kind of changes some things, sure. Fundraisers, FCCLA calendar fundraiser, they did this one last year. The kids sell the dates basically on the calendar and try to get those filled up. People make those donations and they'll use that money for their national FCCLA convention trip to Seattle, Washington later this summer. F, resignation from Deborah Loring. I don't think any of us, including her, really want to see that happen, but just due to some personal family reasons, it's what's best for her and her family at this time. And, as I told her the other day, I hope that there's a point that our paths will cross again and she can come back and maybe be back in the classroom for us again down the road. So we'll see what happens, but for right now, it's just a time that has to happen for her. And we do hate to see her go. She was an excellent teacher, and like I said, I hope that it works out later in the future to get her back. So other than that, unless you have any questions, that's kind of all the details with A through F there.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda A through F. I'll second.
Parker,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
So moving on to principal's report.
The elementary is just wrapping up the year with lots of fun field trips. Most grade levels have gone on a fun field trip to end the school year. We wrapped up state testing on Monday. Thank goodness, we're all ready to finish with that. Fourth grade hosted their science fair Wednesday morning. They had a lot of neat projects. Parents came and got to see the science fair projects that they had been working on. Today we celebrated our fourth 9 weeks AR party. This year we did something a little different where students were able to shop at the Chief store. That way hopefully we can encourage students that maybe didn't quite get to their goal but they still read and put in some effort, encourage them to keep reading. So everybody got a chance to shop and they love shopping at that AR store. Touch of a Community was there at the elementary today. I did let Mr. Sean Walker and Mr. Pruitt know first thing this morning. We have a couple of helicopters flying in, don't be alarmed. So We had 2 helicopters there and lots of vehicles, and I just want to thank Kyle Spade and Cherokee Main Street for helping that happen, because it is a really fun day for our students. Tuesday is Super Kids Day, which is one of our favorite days of the year, where we get to play games and hang out outside all day. We will have our awards assembly on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. I just want to say thank you to all the parents and students and teachers. We've had a really great year, and I think everybody's worked really hard and done a good job. And I saved the best news for last. We were given a phone call probably, I don't know, a few weeks ago that the elementary had received the OETT technology grant from the K-20 Center in Norman. So that will give us $40,000 worth of technology for our school. So we're very excited about that. We had a planning meeting on Tuesday and set up some professional development monthly that they will be providing for us, which is just as exciting as the technology, so we can learn how to authentically implement all of that good stuff that we're going to get. So that's about it for us.
We also finished up state testing this week. I think they finished up yesterday. So I got a lot of stuff. There was a lot of results from a lot of activities. Lady Chiefs were named the Class A state academic champions for the 2nd year in a row. That award, you have to have 10 students that competed at regional track. You can't list 11, you can't list 9. It has to be 10, and we had a 4.0 for the 2nd year in a row. And we actually had 11 4.0s, and you can only put 10 down, so I just want to throw that. So you can see all the results. We had 7 girls, 7 boys qualify for the state track meet. Lots of them medaled. Kai McHenry was the state champion in the 400. This year, Kai also broke 2 school records. He broke the 200. He ran a 21.97 at regionals, and he broke his own 400 again by running a 49.53. He ran a 49 3 times, once at regionals and twice at state, so that's pretty impressive. And the race at state wasn't even close, so he kind of blew him out of the water. State speech and debate, we had several state champions there. Xander Jackson. Marianne Heim was the first ever state champion in program of oral interpretation. It's a new event, it says there. Erin Tidwell and Sophie Heim. It's not Sophie Heim, Mr. Ferris. Sophie Cantelli were state champions in dramatic duet. Casey Shelton was a state runner-up. So several others that did very well there. I think they ended up 4th overall as a team this year. And then state vocal, they did very well with several superior ratings. The Cherokee Men's Ensemble was superior. Olivia Courtright got a superior. Gracia Jackson got a superior. And Casey Shelton got a superior. Jessica got an excellent. And Alec got an excellent. Cherokee Main Street Art Show, fine arts class paintings were on display at City Hall and part of the Cherokee Crystal Art Walk. Gavin Duffy sold his painting for $20. Everything else is still available for purchase and worth a journey to the meeting, so you can head down there and pick up your favorites back home. I copied and pasted from Mr. Ferris. So. One thing I did put on here, I just remembered I forgot to put Alec Tidwell was selected for all conference for the academic team. So he was got to go to, I think they had it at last time, I'm not sure on that one, but yeah, I know he was selected for all conference for academic team. FCCLA attended FCCLA state convention. The 2024 state champions, Hope Jordan was a state champion, Kimberly Patterson was a state champion, Abby Biggerstaff, Kaylee Eckhart, and Hannah Hensley were all state champions in their divisions. We had several state runners-up. Melissa Flader, Autumn McMahon, Ryan McDonald, were state runners-up. Zoe Stout and Jennifer Salinas were state runners-up, and Carson Schombacher was a state runner-up. Wyatt Parker was 3rd place in entrepreneurship. We had several qualify for the national convention. I think we had 10 qualify. I think actually 5 are going to go. And Jennifer Salinas did receive a scholarship. I think at the last board meeting I couldn't tell you the name. It's an all expenses paid scholarship to attend FCCLA convention. So the only thing we have to do is get her to the airport. And there was only, I think 15 of those nationwide. So that's pretty good for her. There's a lot of more honors there with FCCLA. And then on the next page, the sports banquet is Monday evening. Tuesday is the junior high school awards assembly starting at 9. We'll start with seniors at 9. And then that afternoon, we will have our fun day dodgeball tournament, cornhole tournament. It's a great day to get all those frustrations out for the entire year. So,
For the kids.
for the kids. We don't have a teacher. We don't have a teacher team yet. We might have to think about that. We'd have to get several lives. You have to hit us 3 times to get us out or something.
No basketball.
Baccalaureate is Wednesday. Semester tests start Wednesday. They're Wednesday afternoon and Thursday morning. The last day of school is Thursday, May 16th. 8th grade graduation will be that night at 7. And high school graduation is Friday night, the 18th at 7 in the auditorium. So I think that's everything. FFA is at state convention. They came back today. So hopefully next month I'll be able to update you on all the awards. I know we had several get some pretty important awards there. But I want to update them all at one time, so. Did I put the wrong, oh, I didn't change the date. 17. I copied and pasted from last year. I got the football field change, not the date.
Okay, my first agenda said 2043, so, okay.
They're really playing that out.
Yes, we are.
Number 4, discussion and vote to approve or disapprove a resolution for schools and libraries, universal services, E-rate for 2024 or 2024-25. This resolution authorizes filing of the Form 471 application for funding year 2024-25 and the payment of the applicant's share upon the approval of funding and receipt of services.
And this is a yearly thing, and so we just have to have a resolution approved by this board to authorize the filing of that Form 471. And E-rate is a program that is based off our free and reduced numbers, and so it helps us get funding back to go towards our internet costs. And so it's a big help. But this is just kind of one of those yearly housekeeping things with that you just need to file the form.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution for schools and libraries.
I'll second.
Parker?
Yes.
Gibson? Yes. Collins?
Yes.
Discussion and vote to approve or not approve contracts of the following vendors for school year 2024-25.
Okay, and we do not have the contract from Barlow yet, so we will omit A on that list. But we have the rest listed there, so I'll just kind of go through this list real quick. All of these services companies are people that we've used in the past and have used for several years. Alcohol and Drug Testing, Inc., for bus drivers and students. Our bus drivers are tested randomly at different points throughout the year. And then students, we do once a month. We usually try to do about 10 and at a time. And those are the students that are involved in our extracurricular activities. They sign those forms at the beginning of the year to submit to those tests, and those are done randomly each month for high school, 9th through 12th grade. Today's Therapy Solutions, that's for physical therapy services. And again, we've used them for several years. Chad's, W. Carroll, Pat Carroll, he's prepared our estimate of needs for I don't know how long, long time. And so we have his contract there, and it's this, so we had, so you know there, that cost to do that is $5,500. I also have a contract for Shannon Ring, who's our speech pathologist, Northwest Speech Services LLC, to provide all of our speech pathology services throughout the year. She's here 4 days a week and then does some extended services and serves all of our kids in the district with those speech services as needed. We have Going Places Occupational Therapy with Jan Hickman. Again, somebody that we've used for a very long time to do all those OT services. And then the COSA district level services, that's a service that we've used, I think, for about, we've done this for about 3 or 4 years, I know, since I've been here. And through COSA, they provide a lot of professional development, just access to some resources. That's $1,500 a year to have that service. Us as administrators, there's a lot of resources there available to us. And so I would like to be able to continue and have that again this year. So some of those, like the therapy solutions, occupational therapy, those are billed out either hourly or as needed. And so, but I don't think that their prices really haven't changed much over the years. And up here in Northwest Oklahoma, we don't have a whole lot of options when it comes to services like that. So the services that we do have and get from these people, they're good. They're very good at what they do, and we're very fortunate to be able to have them and to use them. So my recommendation then would be to continue all of those contracts as listed, B through G, for the next school year.
On the alcohol and drug testing, is that the same one that we'll use if we have any teachers apply for that?
Yep.
We'll make a motion to approve the contracts with the exception of A, so items B through G.
Motion made.
Parker?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Number 6, propose executive session for the board to discuss the appointment of the individual and/or interview candidates for the vacant school board seat number 4 pursuant to OS 75-118 and to discuss the personnel and employment items to include contracts and salaries for the school year 2024-2025 pursuant to 25 OS 307B1. Discussion and vote to convene or not convene into executive session.
Make a motion to.
Second.
Parker?
Yes.
Gibson? Collins?
Yes.
Aye.
6:28.
I'll make a motion to return to open session.
Motion is made to return to open session.
Second.
Parker?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Time?
8:05.
Thank you.
So the statement of the minutes of executive session, the proposed executive session for the board to discuss the appointment of an individual and/or interview candidates for the vacant school board seat number 4 pursuant to OS 75-118, and to discuss the personnel and employment items to include contracts and salaries for the school year 2024-2025 pursuant to 25 OS 307B1.
Yeah, number 7. Discussion and possible board action of putting individual to vacant school board seat number 4, swearing in of newly appointed individual of board seat number 4.
I will make a motion to appoint Alan Poe to board seat number 4.
I'll second.
Parker?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Will you walk this way, Alan?
Yeah.
Raise your right hand. I, Alan Poe,
I, Alan Pope,
hereby declare under oath that I will faithfully perform
I hereby declare under oath that I will faithfully perform
the duties of the board member of the Cherokee.
the duties of the board member of the Cherokee Public Schools,
Yes. District 1046 to the best of my ability,
District 1046, to the best of my ability.
and that I will faithfully discharge all the duties
I will faithfully discharge all duties
pertaining to said office and obey the Constitution
pertaining to said office and obey the Constitution
and laws of the United States of Oklahoma.
and the laws of the United States of Oklahoma.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Whichever one.
Yes.
Think about the paper. Sure.
I know right thing, but I don't sign that. Yeah, you can both of them sign.
A-L-L-A-N?
A-L-A-N?
A-L-L-A-N.
Oh,
I
would have that wrong.
This right here. Or you can print that actually, and then sign it in here, and then I'll sign it. Do what? Yeah, discussion vote. I'm making sure this. Okay, number 8, discussion and vote to employ or not employ Haley Rigger as a 4th grade teacher for the 2024-25 school year. And the resume is attached.
I would make the recommendation that we hire Haley Rieger as a new 4th grade teacher.
I will make a motion to hire as one grade teacher.
I'll second.
Parker,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Got told.
Oh, oh.
Yes.
That's all right.
Okay.
She was just gonna leave you out tonight.
Well,
Oh, Lord.
Number 9, discussion and vote to approve or not approve the 24-25 temporary appropriations from
That's not the right agenda. That was on there, but we don't have those, so the special meeting agendas.
Number 9.
That'll be number 8.
Number 8, okay. Discussion and vote to approve the district's transfer capacity numbers.
This is something that we do periodically, and so we made a few adjustments to our elementary numbers. Just increase them a little bit. As of right now, we need to keep our middle school and high school numbers at our current enrollment levels until we get our pre-enrollment done to see what our class sizes are going to be. And once we get that done, then I think we can come back probably in July and look at hopefully opening that up, being able to accept a few transfers if we have them. At this time, we don't have any applications. Those don't come in until July 1 for the next school year, unless they're a continuing transfer, which we are in the process of going through those right now. So, just to kind of run down these class sizes, pre-K, of course, would be at 20. Kindergarten, first grade, and second grade would all be at 32, and those have 2 classrooms, so try to get 16 in each there. Third grade at 36, fourth grade at 32, fifth grade at 35, and sixth grade at 35. Seventh grade, 29, eighth grade would be 26, ninth grade would be 31, 10th grade 28, 11th grade would be 33, and 12th grade would be 23. And again, we will probably look at those again once we get pre-enrollment done and we can kind of see where our class sizes are and what we can do with the schedule. Sometimes we can split up a senior English class that would allow for more, but if we take too many and we end up having to put 40 kids in one classroom, it just doesn't work very well. So once we get pre-enrollment, things like that done, we'll come back to the table and discuss possibly opening up our transfer numbers just a little bit. Hopefully we can do that. So those are the numbers that I would recommend that we approve as our capacity numbers right now.
I will make a motion to approve the district transfer capacity numbers.
I'll second that.
Parker,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Number 9, discussion and vote to approve or not approve a school portrait agreement with Horton Studios Incorporated to be effective with the school year 2024-25.
You really wouldn't think that the school picture agreement is that big of a deal, but it really kind of is. There's a lot of things that go into that, a lot of coordination. We just haven't really been very happy with the company that we've had. This company, I believe, serves some other local schools in the area, and they've been pretty happy with the results, customer service, setting appointments up, getting things on the calendar in plenty of time, and keeping them on the calendar. so that we don't have to rearrange our schedules at the last minute. And so, with that, like I said, it is an agreement and it's a contract with that company, so we would like to go to Horton Studios, starting with the next school year. So that's what that agreement is for. And they, if I got it correct, they would come out and they would do our school day pictures, panel pictures. I'll leave them out there.
Sports pictures.
Sports pictures, yeah, all of those things would be with them.
The only thing that might not depends on how many graduations they have. If they can get somebody here or not.
Fortunately, we have somebody that's pretty good at taking pictures.
Do that, so that was not a deal breaker for us.
Yeah.
I will make a motion to approve the school portrait agreement for studios 2024 to 2025.
I will second.
Parker,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Superintendent's report.
I don't have a whole lot. I just want to, first off, say that this week was Teacher Appreciation Week, so I want to personally thank all of our staff, all of our teachers, administrators, for all that they do. It's been a really good school year. There's always challenges, but we've had some really great things happen this year. I think that with our Capturing Kids' Hearts program that we started, I think there's been a lot of improvements there, and excited to see that continue in our classrooms. I've heard a lot of good things about it. And if you know anything about that, that was kind of a play on that program, because good things is a big part of that. But it's been great, and we do appreciate our teachers and all that they do. So I just want to make sure and thank them first for the year. Just to kind of give some estimates on the end of the year. I know these projections are always, seems like it's a little bit far in advance in May, but right now it looks like, unless we have any unforeseen circumstances, we will probably finish the year with our general fund balance somewhere around 1.3 million. That is down a little bit from last year's 1.4. We've had some other unexpected costs, bus repairs, our insurance premiums went up again, and we just had some little things here and there that have added up, but that's still healthy. We've also had a decrease in our gross production revenue of approximately $600,000. So we planned for that, and to still stay within that range, I feel like was pretty good, considering we had brought in over $600,000 more in revenue last year than we did this year. So that's a big swing, and I feel like sometimes those things are hard to explain when you have a big carryover, but then when you see a big swing like that in revenue, I think it's important that everybody can kind of understand why it's that way. Our building fund's in good shape. I think we'll be sitting around $225,000. That's not nearly as much as I'd like for it to have in there, but we are paying some of our maintenance salaries out of that currently. Hopefully that can be something that changes. If gross production goes back up, there will be some shifts and some movement so that we can maybe get that building fund built up a little bit more. So our child nutrition account is in good shape. We should be really close to our threshold of what we're allowed to carry over. Last year we were over just a little bit, but we had plans, and we fixed the freezer, and that was a big fix. So that was a big expense that we had last year. So hopefully we don't have any things like that come up, but I feel like it's right where it needs to be. So all in all, right now, we're in good shape. I wouldn't say that we're in great shape, but we're in good shape for where we're at and what we need to do and what we need to be able to continue to do. Unfortunately, there will be some cuts on the program programs that were funded by the ESSER funds that followed COVID. So our after-school program had a grant, and that grant runs out. And then our summer school program will run this summer through June, but that was being funded with the ESSER funds, and that will go away. So unless we can come up with a grant or something to replace that, it doesn't look like next summer we'll be able to offer that. But that's not saying we're not gonna try to find some sources and some places that we can get those and keep those programs. But they, our after-school program alone, I think that grant was for $72,000, and it cost us about $35,000 to run the summer school program, just for that 1 month. And so, I mean, that's over $100,000 between those two programs, and the funding that was there to cover them is not going to be there. So we've got to cut those things if we have to and be prepared for that, and that's where we're at now. But we'll continue to look and see if we can find some other places that we might be able to continue something like that. So, like I said, that's kind of where we are now. We're just wrapping everything up. We'll have graduations next week, and then we'll get things going for the summer. But all in all, I think it's been a great year.
Okay, number 11, any new business?
There's no new business.
Number 12, motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second that.
Parker?
Yes.
Poe?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.